All right, so
hold on. Let me just double check on YouTube. Make sure.
let me go check on my phone. Make sure we live.
Yep, we live now.
All right, so the question is, should we wait to get some people up in here, or should we go now?
That's a good point. Let's just wait for some people.
We can wait for a second or a minute, you know.
What's up, Rico?
What up, Rico?
Rico, you from the UK, man? You always call us Boxing Bros UK.
Salute to Rico.
Shout out to Rico. That's dope. Rico is a boxing bro. He might just be from the UK.
That's what's up. Shout out to the UK. Still Rico.
Shout out to England. I was just doing something crazy. I was talking to my older person in my family. It was like my great-great-grandfather came from Liverpool. So we might be cousins. You don't even know.
Happy Sunday to you as well, Kenny. LK in the building. LK. All day.
What's this one? What's this one?
Malachi Moody, I think.
Malachi, man.
You men might as well be from London. Shout out. Greenmont Ave, what's good? We have Rachel in the building, everyone. Hey, Rachel, let me tell you, that comment about Ned being Buster Douglas was one of the best ever. Oh, man. And shout outs to Ned. Ned's not going to be with us today, but he's going to return the next time we're on.
Yes, happy Sunday to you as well. I hope y'all make a Sunday dinner. I'm not the only one that still do Sunday dinner. I'm old.
Shout out to Kenny. Love you too, man. You know what I mean? I'll let Kaden announce that.
Wait. Sanab Gashi. Hey, listen. We try to pronounce names as best as we can. Remember, we're from America, so different countries, different sounds for different letters, vowels, everything. Weird. That's
Dutchland.
Dutchland? Yeah, like. Well, props to you. Thank you for joining us.
Where's that at?
Michael Buffar. I'm still thinking about the uppercut. Poor Dillian.
I wasn't going to say it.
Day weekend. we got
Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend to you.
We have Eric.
I promise you. Oh, true. That's your question right there. You know what I mean?
What's that?
You selling Poor Dillian merch?
We're waiting. We're waiting to set all that up. I'm doing that with the Boxing Bros. You know.
Oh yeah, might want to set that up with Eddie Hearn.
Poor Dillian.
I might have that for you. I might have that Poor Dillian shirts for you.
Yo, salute to LK, man.
Okay, that's bro for real. That's the Boxing Bro for real.
A prairie.
Game going home. What's this one? I believe I found a full Porter Garcia fight. About Porter won. Oh man, we start early. You know what I mean?
Old school, man. I don't know what you was watching. No, sir. Hey, I respect that. That's not what I saw. Dillian's lawyers be in touch. They're talking about if you do that merch. How about a Poor Dillian alarm clock? Magic.
We got it. Trust me. We got the merch. Give us a second. Give us in a couple weeks. You'll see that link where you can, get the merch. You gotta give us a second.
All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to record our show live for the first time. We've never done it. LaFez, what's up? We're going to record it live, and then this is going to be all on our podcast as well. Now, I'm going to tell people this, right? Yeah. We do this on the Tube. We do it on our podcast, and our podcast is starting to gain some traction. But, you can check us out on our podcast, too, all major streaming services. And thank you for getting us to 8K, everyone.
Y'all did it. Y'all did it.
So that's amazing as well. We were just trying to get 1,000. So that's dope as well. All right, so we're going to dive into the first topic. And G, I think you can bring us into
yes, sir.
Topic. FA says he has more skills than Anthony Joshua. So Rachel, you can let us know what you think. Do you think F.A. Ajapa has more skills than Anthony Joshua? What I'm going to do right now is share this article. So acting up a little bit. But this is an article from Sky Sports, and it says F.A. Ajapa interview Anthony Joshua leaving Nigeria for the U.S. and winning a fight in 1 second. Skill would beat Joshua, not power. That's F.A. Ajapa. So getting into the article, Anthony Joshua's long-held dream of fighting in Africa could be aided by the rising threat of another Nigerian heavyweight who plans to knock him off his perch. F.A. Ajapa has already plotted how he would dethrone Joshua, whose pride for his African heritage is worn in the form of a tattoo on his arm. The people would support Joshua because he is heavyweight champion, Ajapa tells Sky Sports, but he is quickly establishing himself as a dangerous contender to the vicious KO, contender with vicious KO power, who would become the perfect foil for Joshua to stage a fight against in Nigeria. Here we go. Skill would beat Joshua, not power, said the undefeated Ajapa. Me and Joshua both have power, but skills control the power. I have more skills. There's more that he says, but we're going to focus on that comment right there. Oh, I got to stop sharing this screen. All right.
Hold on. I got to share somebody. Damn, the comments go by so fast. Wait a minute. LaFaz panic. You know what I mean?
That's a joke, right? Now, what? LaFaz, explain yourself.
Oh man,
explain yourself. All right, so Trill Dollar Bill.
He was joking.
What are your thoughts on F.A. Ajapa saying that skill will beat Joshua and not power, and that he has more skills than Anthony Joshua?
I just want to thank F.A. for taking all the fire away from me, okay? Everybody can stop accusing me of being high, because obviously he is. You know what I mean? Obviously. Y'all need to be looking at his eyes. Not worry about mine. I need to worry about F.A.'s eyes, because clearly he's smoking something. Because I would, shoot, let my eyes be low, but I don't be saying stuff like F.A. You know what I'm saying? But something's wrong with him. Go check. Go. He need to go check his blood. Gotta go check, make sure he all right, because he's speaking reckless. I don't agree at all. You know what I'm saying? I agree. What brand of is he smoking? I don't know what he's smoking, but to think that he's better than AJ, I don't know. This is crazy.
All right. G?
Man, I respect his confidence in himself. But let's just be real, man. He's 13-0 with a bunch of no names. AJ, he hasn't even fought like the mediocre guys that's on AJ's resume, like a Martin, a Molina, or even a Brazil. So how do you even know you can actually beat an Anthony Joshua when the level of opposition you dealing with aren't even like world class, you know? So but I respect what he's saying though, because I think that would be huge for Nigeria, like, you know, FA versus AJ, you know what I mean? But however, me personally, I would prefer, you know, Joshua versus Wilder in Nigeria, but the fact that both of those gentlemen are Nigerian, I think it'll be huge for Nigeria. I think it'll be huge for West Africa altogether. So, salute to FA for trying to put some money in his pocket, man. I can't get mad at the hustle. I just don't believe him with all of that talk. Like I'll say this: FA has a decent jab, and he has he has a good right hand. A straight right is pretty decent. You know what I mean? But man, his footwork is horrible, and he's just slow. You know what I mean? So it's like, bruh, you're gonna get demolished against AJ. It's just not his time yet, man. That was almost like the same discussion we had with Daniel Dubois. It's like these guys are trying to like push these guys too early. You're still learning, like slow your roll, like just take some time, man. It's all good. Like FA, I don't know if you ever will be a champion, but well, I'm just saying, like it's not like he has the
that's pretty harsh.
He's like 6'6", so he has like the stature to be a champion. I don't know about the skill set though, man. I'll be honest. I think he playing himself,
Wrong sport.
FA, man, Mike. FA thinks he's Hefe. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you have more boxing skills than Joshua, the gold medalist, the Olympic gold medalist. Like, seriously. Rachel, I honestly don't take sides against my Nigerian brothers, but if I'm going to be honest, AJ got this. Hey, listen, according to FA, AJ ain't really, you really got one choice. No, but so let's be real, man. Anthony Joshua's Olympic gold medalist, right? Unified heavyweight champion of the world. And FA, man, I didn't want to do this, but
he went to the Olympics. Yeah, he represented Nigeria one time.
What did he do?
I don't think he even. I don't think he.
It's the wrong thing. I don't want to share that. Hold on.
I don't even think he medaled, Joe.
He didn't medal?
I don't think so.
Did they never go to Olympics and not medal?
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he medaled, but hold on. Let me see what people are saying.
LK holding someone's bags.
All right, hold up. Y'all see this, right? Can y'all see this?
Oh, I got you.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
I'm sharing the screen, right? I'm asking you if you can see what I'm sharing.
Yes, you can see it,
right?
right?
Because I can't see it. All right. FA Joppa, 13-0, 11 knockouts. But what I really want to direct your attention to is the Ago Killer Days fight. Hopefully that's his name. Take a look at this. Ajapa down round 3. Ajapa down round 3 to this guy. Let's take a look at him. 26-5. 56% KO ratio.
Used to be a cruiserweight.
Yeah, FA. That's who you getting dropped by. What in the world makes you think you have more skills than Joshua? Joshua got dropped by Klitschko. Got rocked, hurt by Dilly and Andy Ruiz. I put money on it. Andy Ruiz will spot FA Ajapa out inside 4 rounds. And if you want to, even Joe Joyce didn't get dropped by him. So FA, maybe, you're thinking a little too highly of yourself. Tone it down a notch. But I'll say this. I would love to see Joshua knock you the hell out in Nigeria. Yeah.
Hey, I agree with you. The chin is definitely suspect. Chin is definitely suspect.
So Ibrahim said let's do it right now. Hold on. Let's do it right now.
He was
FA Joppa versus Derek Chisora. Trill, who you got?
I got you, sure.
That's a safe bet.
That's safe.
You know what I mean?
I got Chisora by knockout.
In second round.
That's only by knockout.
Second round.
Word, I got Chisora by knockout.
I think she sure would dance. He'll look like Floyd in there.
Hold on. It goes through FA like a bag of Snickers right there.
Yo, I remember when FA got dropped. That dude was on wobbly legs. And he dropped FA.
And he told the other guy he better lose if you want that check.
Wayne Fitness, man. We good to see you.
Shout out to Wayne Fitness.
That's what's up.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. What is it, G?
Next topic is
Junior Fa, Wilder sparring partner for Fury fight, says Wilder injured his bicep during training. So now there are reports coming out that Wilder injured himself going into the rematch with Tyson Fury, and that he was hurt before the fight. And so I'm gonna share this screen and show the article. And shout out to Sky Sports for putting out some good articles. Wilder's preparations for Tyson Fury were disrupted by injury, says sparring partner Junior Fa. What I do know is that he did get injured, but I was very surprised by Fury's game plan. And so this is him. He's fighting Joseph Parker. Looking for the quotes if they come up. Yeah, and he says, I was very shocked by the Wilder defeat. The lead up in training was actually really good. Deontay was looking great. I think he did hurt himself towards the end of camp, which I don't think would have played too much into the fight. But then I don't really know the extent of the damage of the injury he sustained. What I do know is that he did get injured, but I was very surprised by Fury's game plan as soon as the fight started. And I saw Fury not really taking a backward step, trying to push Wilder to the ropes. I was thinking, oh man, this is going to be a hard night for Wilder. And here's a picture of Junior Fa with Wilder. And there's also one in this article of him with Anthony Joshua. And he said he sparred Anthony Joshua. I think the words, yeah. I sparred Anthony Joshua. We knew how good he was. So back in 2011, just after the Commonwealth Games, said Fall, who returned from the tournament in India with a bronze medal, I was surprised at how good he was. On that year, he got the silver medal at the World Amateur Championships. F.A. Ajapa ever get a silver medal at the World Amateur Championships? And then he went on to win the gold medal. I do some work with him before and just after the Olympics as well, because I came over, was drafted into the squad for the World Series of Boxing with the Lionhearts. Good timing, good power, very, very good power. He's very, very focused and very dedicated to the sport. Joshua and Wilder have both compiled whatever. I'm trying to find where he compares their power. Anyways, he compares their power, and he says that Joshua has very good power, but he said Wilder has better power. Wilder has stunning power, but he says that they both have very good power. So anyways, getting to the question. G, what are your thoughts on Junior Fa, Deontay Wilder's sparring partner, saying that he was injured going into the Tyson Fury fight?
Let's say he was injured. I'm be honest, man. This is just a conspiracy in me, but hey, and I love me some Wilder. I'm gonna be 100, man. You know, I like the knockouts. I like all of that good stuff. But I think these are lies, man. I think these are cover-ups for the juice. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, it's like every fight. Like, before every fight, Wilder has a new injury. After, new injury. And it's just like, why all of these injuries, And I kind of feel like he's using these as an excuse to supplement with some PEDs. And if you have a medical excuse from a physician, like, oh, he's taking it to heal or whatever, then you don't get in trouble. So that's just my conspiracy. I would love to believe Wilder's clean. I would love to believe everybody clean. I think all of these guys are cheating somehow, like, so it is what it is, man.
The views and opinions of G not reflect the boxing world as a whole.
I think they all of them are doing whatever they can to get that edge against their opponent. So if they could get a doctor's note, why not? You know what I mean? Y'all acting like I didn't go to school and you're like, damn, I didn't want to take this test. So you gotta come up with something. You be like, yo, I was sick. And what did the teacher say? You got a doctor's note? Then you're like, damn, so it is what it is, man. Wilder's producing them doctor's notes. He got his sparring partner saying whatever. This kid could be the new Malik Scott for all I know. You know what I mean? Like, salute to Junior. What's his name? Junior Fall?
Yeah. Hey,
man, he seemed like a cool guy, man. Hey, I think Joseph Parker's gonna brutalize him, but hey, salute to Wilder's training camp. You know what I mean? Salute to whoever Wilder's physician is for always writing them notes. But I'm be honest with you, man. I just think just boxing in general, but specifically the heavyweight division, I think a lot of these guys are juicing. That's the one thing I actually agree with Dillian White on. All of these dudes are on.
My man Dillian.
Poor Dillian, but he was right. So he was right, Dillian, that day. All
right, Trill Dog Bill, what's good?
I'm done with Wilder. I'm done. What else are you gonna say? Oh, I had on flip flops. I couldn't get grip. They was whooping me. I had on flip flops, and it was. I don't know what to say. What are you gonna say next? I'm just waiting for him to do the most honorable thing, and that's just to come out and say something. You done came out. I done seen you twerking. You got mad at everybody seeing you twerking, so you brought out the guns, but you still ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, I can twerk, but I got this 50 cal. You know what I'm saying? It still don't make the twerking okay. You know what I'm saying? But just because you got guns don't make the twerking okay. Wilder, enough. Enough of the excuses. I'm done. I'm done with Wilder. Come out and just say, yo, man, I lost. I'm about to come back. I don't want to hear no, this was wrong. 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 This go on. It's going to be, I'm trying to tell you, remember the last time I told you it's going to be something new? It's going to be something new. I'm saying it again. It's going to be something else before we hear Wilder come out and say, yo, dog, I lost. And I'm just about to, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be another excuse. You know what I mean? They didn't have Capri Suns in the house when he left. You know what I'm saying? Something. What? You think I'm joking? There's going to be another excuse.
Oh, my goodness. Yo.
Breaking news. Wilder still drinks Capri Suns.
Read this comment. Who else said the very same thing?
He was wearing a dress in that gun video. Ned sent that to our group.
Yo, this is crazy. Definitely with the Capri Suns. That's what it was.
So I'm gonna say this. A lot of people are like, when they saw that gun video, they were worried for my safety because they said if Wilder sees me, he gonna treat me like that target. Oh, first thing I would say, guys, is I'm no punk bitch. The first thing I would say is I will $6 million. I'll fight anyone. That's my fee. $6 million.
Eddie will make it happen.
Hey, Al Heyman, y'all, you can shut me up live in the ring. I will show up. $6 million. But
look, $6 million. Put me in there with everybody out there talking like one night. Let's do it.
You got it. That's my price. You
can. I've been talking about you.
He don't have to look.
Get back.
I will meet him in the center of the ring. I guarantee it. But when I first heard these comments, what I was thinking was my man Junior Farr is a sparring partner. He's been a sparring partner. He was a sparring partner for Joshua when they were both amateurs, and he's a sparring partner for Wilder now. So he's going to say whatever he got to say to keep getting that money, right? He needs to get that money. But there's one thing that he said that makes me feel like he's being disingenuous and he's not being honest. And here's where I'm going to share the screen again and go back to the article. He said one thing that messed it up for me. If he was on the stand, I'd make him fold like a cheap tent. Here's what he said. He said, I think he did hurt himself towards the end of camp. I think he did. And then if you go down to the next paragraph, he says, what I do know is that he did get hurt. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just said you think you did, and then now you do know. What is it? I think he did get hurt. I think. Well, there was also a point in this article where they asked about the 40-pound vest, and he was like, "Oh, I can't really talk about that. I don't really want to get into that." Here's what it is: you have a man who makes his bacon being a sparring partner, and he doesn't want to mess that up. So he's going to roll with whatever narrative they give him. So he's going to say whatever it is he needs to say to keep getting that bread. But Deontay Wilder, you need better sparring partners than that. 1, 2, you went into the ring injured. Most fighters going in the ring with something bothering them. You just had a long training camp, all this sparring, all this stuff. When is it just going to be he beat me? Anthony Joshua went in the ring with Andy Ruiz, and it's everyone who's everyone. Even if you want to say Wilder didn't look like himself that night. Joshua didn't look like himself when he fought Ruiz. And a lot of us knew that. Right? But still, he took the loss on the chin. And still, when people are like, what was wrong with you? What was wrong with you? He said, maybe one day when I write a book, I'll disclose it. Yo, Wilder, man, damn. If I hear one more excuse.
Dude, that's what it's like.
If I hear one, hold on. Junior Farr has a 2-2 record with Joseph Parker in the amateurs. And Dillian White has a stoppage victory over Anthony Joshua in the amateurs.
That means nothing.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
Felix said he's going to expose Wilder. Wilder lost because his wife actually poisoned him.
You know, I don't want to go that route, but here's what I will say. For someone who was supposed to be the baddest man on the planet, this intimidating figure in the sport of boxing, who was the right hand of God and the dynamite man, he's made so many excuses that no one's ever going to fear this man again. Ever again.
You're going to respect
him again. Because everyone's going to look at him like, and even if it's not him saying it, you let people say this stuff and you didn't dead it. I mean, like,
he's going to talk himself. This is going to make him not get fights. People are not going to want to fight him because they're going to feel like you're going to make excuse after excuse. I think that's why Floyd never went and did the Manny fight again, because of the excuses. You know what I'm saying? You come out with excuses, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, they get offended by that stuff. You know what I'm saying? People definitely get offended by it. Just say you lost. You lost, you're going to get him back.
Man, I'm trying to think. Wilder spent his whole career ducking the ass whooping. And he got it, and he knows that he's about to go into another one. Now he's ducking Fury like he owes him child support. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I'm telling you.
Now, we got a good question, though. Where is Wilder, and why has he gone into hiding?
Yeah, I see you, Braveheart. He said nothing, bro. His fans are making the excuses. And that's what the problem is. You a champion. You was once the baddest man on the planet. Why are you having other people speak for you? You know what I'm saying? That's one rule in the streets. You can't take up for somebody if they ain't taking up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? The person got to stand on their own too. And everybody's making excuses. He got to come out and be like, hey, listen, it just was a bad night. We want him to say something like all the greats do. All the greats lose, and they say, hey, even the Cecilia, when she lost, said no excuses. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We talked
about a close fight.
Yeah. in a fight that we don't know if she lost or not. And she still tipped her hat. At least you could do is tip your hat to Fury and say, you're gonna get him back. That's how I feel.
Yo, G, put that comment back up about Wilder.
Damn. It's like
about you can't find it. It's all
I got you.
Like he's in hiding that one.
Oh, damn! I lost that one. Yo, this so good. Man, my bad.
Here's what happens, right? Because I've been there. like when you have a humbling experience, when you were so cocky, so arrogant, you thought you were going to win. But you got to look at Wilder's a guy who said, I want to catch a body in the ring. 95% KO ratio going into the fight with Tyson Fury. And although he didn't knock out Tyson Fury in that fight, he did drop him twice. So you have this guy who now believes his own hype, that like he's the hardest puncher in boxing history. He can do all this stuff. And he's saying he wants to catch a body in the ring. And then we saw him get bodied. So everything he's saying, all the things that he did is now on him. The tables have turned and he can't handle it. He knows that when he comes out, people are going to be saying things to him. He knows people are always going to ask him, what happened? Why'd you get beat so badly? And he has no real answer that he can say. All these excuses where someone say, oh, well, he's not saying it, right? He can't say it because as soon as he says it, it's defamation. As soon as he says it, it's a lawsuit. As soon as he says it, it's like, oh, you're trying to discredit Tyson Fury's win. Once he says it, then, like I said, there's litigation and other things. So he's letting all the people who can say it for him, but he's not saying it himself. If Deontay Wilder, and I guarantee this won't happen, for all those channels and everyone, I guarantee you Wilder will never come on and say in an interview that Tyson Fury cheated. He'll never say that there was Glovegate. Deontay Wilder will never say it in an interview. I guarantee it. And if he ever says it, there will be a lawsuit and he lose all his money. You know why he'll never say it? Because from him saying it, there's litigation, there's money, there's everything. So he's allowing these people to poison the minds of everyone and say all this nonsense. And that's why I can't respect them. As soon as anyone try to make an excuse for Anthony Joshua, he deads it. Anthony Joshua got knocked out the very next day. He was walking the streets in New York. He got knocked out in New York, in the USA. He was walking the streets of a country that's not even his the very next day after being knocked out, facing the public. He heard people were clowning him like, oh, whatever. He took all that in. Joshua took all that in and said, use it as motivation. That's what champions do. You got knocked down. Pick yourself the F back up. But stop with this nonsense. One more excuse. One more excuse. You should be forced to retire. I'm sorry, man. I'm done.
But I do have a question for everyone, right? Including the chat. Like, isn't there like it has to be like a clause, right, within a contract that says a fighter has to promote the fight, correct? Because if they're trying to do this fight by the end of the year and Wilder's completely silent, like, isn't that grounds for like Bob Arum and Frank Warren to like end that contract? Like, yo, you're not even promoting the fight. Because you're not promoting the fight, we're not generating no money. How is it supposed to be a pay-per-view event if you're not doing your part to sell the fight? You know, couldn't they find a way to weasel out? Like, not even weasel out. It's more like, yo, people want to see that AJ fight. You know, you holding us back. You're not saying anything. You in hiding. Yo, thank you, but we gotta keep it moving.
I don't think that because I done seen plenty of people sometimes miss press conferences. You know what I'm saying? Because of a fight, it's the benefit of the fighter to promote the fight because you want your fans to come out so your fans can, hopefully persuade judges and all that. So it's in your best interest for you to promote the fight to your fans. I think what Wilder's doing is a discredit to himself by not saying anything. I don't want to say it. I don't mean it, and with all due respect, it seems like he's taking the count.
You can say whatever you want, as long as
with all due respect, I feel like he's taking the coward's way out of it, and I like Deontay Wilder. Believe it or not, Caden likes Deontay Wilder as well. It was people, it was other people that made people think that he was better than what he really was. When we were saying that he still had things to work on, people only wanted to mention the right hand. Wilder fell into that trap of thinking that all he needed was the right hand, his ego and pride and all that. He was like, I don't need skills. Everybody else needs skills. All I need is the right hand. Now when you realize that that is not true, you can't hide, man. You can't talk all this mess and saying like my brother Kanan was mentioned earlier, you want to catch a body. Like you went over the top of talking trash. You wanted to catch a body. You skipped over talking about somebody's wife. You went to straight killing them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's levels. Like you got to talk about their wife before you talk about killing them. You know what I'm saying? And you just skipped over right to wanting to catch a body in the ring. Now you don't have nothing to say once you lose. Nah, man, you can't do it. Like it doesn't. It's just gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you, you know. And you not promoting that fight is, I think, it's only gonna hurt you, depending on how your contract is set up. Because you want your people out there. You want your people screaming and going crazy. You know, you want the Wildcats losing their mind. You know what I'm saying? Throwing shirts off and everything. You know what I mean? Because you know who's gonna fly over. That fight happens. You know who's gonna fly? Tyson Fury flying everybody over. And they're gonna be screaming, walking along, singing the song.
and I was just about to say, LaFez, you hit the nail on the head, because while the haters are his true fans, because they're the ones who actually buy his fight.
Yeah.
All these internet Wilder thugs don't pay for nothing. They don't pay for his fight. They don't show up. How is, I don't understand how this dude has all these fans that attack people online, but then when you go to the weigh-in, all you hear is there's only one Tyson Fury, and his family's the only people there for him yelling bomb squad. So like, I mean, come on. And the main reason why you don't see him is because, for example, you can pull this up from TMZ. Wilder said if Fury knocks him out, he'll retire. How do you show your face? You called a man pillow fist, said if he knocks you out, you retired, and he didn't just knock you out. He made your corner throw in the towel, and you were supposed to be defensive.
Exactly.
When someone throws in the towel, you know what that means. That means like you're trying to stop your fighter from being beat to death. That's what that means. That's waving the white flag. That's saying like, yo, I'm stopping this.
Hey, Kaden, I think you're producing like static.
What?
Your computer's producing static. I checked because it ain't mine or Trail. It's yours.
Is it still producing static?
A little bit.
Oh.
Hold on, let me see something. Trill, say something.
Yo.
Yeah, it's Kaden. Yeah.
All right.
I like that. Wilder's are the biggest fans because we want him to improve. I like that, LaFez. You know why? Because we're true lovers of boxing. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to, like, you know, you have your favorites, but you really love the sport of boxing. And you really want to see somebody, you know, go hard. You know what I'm saying? And you want them to see them improve and get their best foot forward so they become great. I think Deontay Wilder has all he could if he really took time to really learn the sport of boxing.
Oh man. Yo, these comments. Oh, hold on, my bad.
I don't want to hear no more about his.
Nah, you good now. You good now, Kenny. Go ahead. What's going on?
You're muted, bro.
It says your mic. Hold on. The mic is. It says your mic's not connected.
It is. Is it
Oh,
not?
you're good now. You good now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, the static.
Static free. Static free.
Yep, static free.
Yeah, static free. We good.
Yeah, I'm saying
Stop McDonald's Wi-Fi. You know what I'm
saying? Oh man, Gordon Mullen did it to me. Oh man, not my homie. Oh, he did it to me. That's messed up. All right, I'm being cyber attacked because of something that Complex said in one of our last episodes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm being cyber attacked. But anyways, that's all I really got to say, man. I see people like dragging out this glove gate thing, and every time there's like a new. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's actually because I had
Yo, it's all about you got that AOL, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't even, that don't bother me.
Kelly Finkel doing it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I need that laugh. Oh.
So, anyways, you want to move on to the next joint, or is there anything else anyone needs to say about the?
I don't see any questions, so we about to move on to the next.
Damn, Merrick, you're right, man. They sabotaging my internet.
Yeah, ready for the next topic?
All right. Oh man, this one. Can Daniel Dubois beat the top 10 heavyweights? Now this one might be a doozy. All right.
Hey, Katie, is your phone next to your laptop?
It was. That's what caused the static.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Static's coming back.
So when I had my Android, because I was watching like our live feed, as well, it was fine. But then I put the iPhone near it, and then that's when it started acting up. So I think the iPhone. What happened?
We sent the phone out.
Yeah. Lower your I think you gotta oh wait a minute. No, it's like static. I can't get anything.
It's coming from me, you saying? It has to be the iPhone. So
right. It's good now. We good.
I'm just gonna turn the iPhone off.
Right.
He said what? He said, bro, Wilder's trying to contact you from beyond the grave.
Tell him if it ain't about 6 million, don't call. All right, we Gucci?
Yeah, you good. You good.
All right, so can Daniel Dubois beat the top 10 heavyweights? This one should be interesting. Hey, you know what?
Swerve 5, what's up?
Everyone watching, here's what we're going to do, because we're going to use Ring Magazine's top 10 rankings when we do this. So you can weigh in. And yo, G, after we mention each fighter, you can go through and pull up like what some of the people are saying about the matchup.
Got you.
All right. So Daniel Dubois. Now, as you know, he's ranked number 2 by the WBO. And so as a result, we want to know if he can beat the top 10 heavyweights. At number 10 for Ring Magazine is Kubrat Pulev. So start this one off with G. Do you think Daniel Dubois can beat Kubrat Pulev?
I'm gonna say no, but he may get lucky and connect. You know what I mean? If he catches with the right hand, yes, but I don't know, because again, Pulev, his stance, I think, is ideal for a Dubois. So Dubois is not gonna really like catch him with like jabs. Dubois is gonna have to go all in on a Pulev, but Pulev's gonna turn that right hand on him. So I think Pulev's gonna win probably 8 out of the 10 matches. So I technically got Pulev on that fight.
You got Pulev beating Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
True dollar bill.
No, none of them. Not even one. But we can go through them. You know what I'm saying? I just, for the sake of time, I don't see him putting a dent in none of the top 10. Not even in the top 15. Put the boy down a little bit. He got some work to do. He got some work to do. He got some work to do. That kid, Anderson, little baby, big baby, Anderson, Gerald, big baby Anderson, whatever his name is. I want to talk about him because Dubois, he's not it. He's not it. The boy ain't got it. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh, man.
He can't be one of them fools. He can't be not one of them. Not near one of them.
I don't know. I just think This is actually, to me, a 55-45 fight, and I'm going to pick Daniel Dubois in this fight. I think he would get Pulev. I think age, we haven't seen Pulev fight in a very long time. I think Pulev is looking to cash out against AJ, but not saying he's going to lay down. He's not going to lay down. He's coming to try to win. But I just think Father Time is undefeated. Pulev was never the fastest. He was never the sharpest fighter out there, but he's powerful, and he'll be the best fighter that Daniel Dubois has ever faced to this point. But I still favor Daniel Dubois to beat him. So we got G picking Pulev, and we got Trill picking Pulev. I would go Daniel Dubois in that fight. All right, so
you know what, Braveheart? I actually like what you're saying. Pulev does struggle on the back foot, but the thing is, I think he'll just let that straight right go, and that's going to push Dubois back himself. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not convinced.
He's too inexperienced, so I think he'll be a little hesitant with a Pulev.
Pulev.
Well,
Dubois be like this.
You know, Pulev got the Klitschko style. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's coming. Dubois is coming like this.
Oh, somebody said Joyce is
He's gonna go right down the middle.
Mark my word. Joyce is gonna put him in
the major calling that out. Joey Joyce is gonna pummel him.
Listen, I'm going for Joyce. We should be talking about. I'm going for Joyce. Joyce gonna win.
We're being Trill. We separate.
What is going on?
Joe Joyce will beat. I'm picking Joe Joyce to win. Who y'all picking out of that fight?
Man, what? Oh man, y'all gotta stop it, man. Y'all gotta put some respect on my
man. Y'all are really doing Dubois greasy right now. I don't know.
These guys is with me. Y'all drinking with drinking.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, bro.
I agree with Fez on this one, man.
All right, so Trill, since you've already made it clear how you feel, I'm still gonna ask you the question. Daniel Dubois versus Oscar Ruiz. Who you got?
Got Oscar Ruiz. He's been in with tougher. Listen, he has a lot to do. You know, of course, yeah, I see that Joyce definitely has a better record. Listen, he has a lot to do. He has a lot. We see one victory, right, against somebody he's supposed to win, and he's supposed to beat. You know what I'm saying? Poor guy, some smaller guy, didn't even belong in there. And now we're praising him for somebody that I don't see it. The boys, Dubois, he don't have it. The boy ain't got it yet. He still got things to work on.
Trill, I hate to have to do this to you, Trill. I hate to have to put you on the spot like this.
Okay.
Hey, are you sure you're not just doing this to Daniel because you don't like his name, Daniel Dubois? Are you sure that's not why you're picking against him?
A little bit. A little bit of bias. You know what I mean? A little bit of bias. But he's just, to me, he's just too slow. Like, I know Joyce is slow too, but he's slow too. Like, even I was watching the fight and I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. Maybe I'm wrong, but I need to see more. I don't think he got it. I think all the guys in the top 10.
Joe's getting a lot of love right now, Trill.
Shout out to Joe.
Maybe you're not the only one.
Listen, we all drinking what I'm drinking. That's what I'm talking about.
Rivas got a small head. He'll get smashed. Shout out to Wave Fitness. Oh, man. All right. So, G,
Yeah.
Oscar Rivas, Daniel Dubois. Who you picking?
You know what? This is tough because Daniel could win if he just utilizes the jab for the entire fight. If he does not, Rivas is going to violate his torso. But I believe he could win. But I'm lying because honestly, I haven't really seen Dubois push to that limit. Because for him to last 12 rounds utilizing the stick and move, I don't know if he got that type of endurance, that type of stamina. So I'm leaning more towards Rivas. He's more seasoned. And he does a good job smothering punches from big guys. You know what I'm saying? So all he has to do is get close, and he does his job. And I think Dubois is gonna have to do more than what Rivas has to do for the victory. So I'm leaning more on Rivas' side on this one. But it'll be a good matchup. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Ruiz is going to be too fast, too athletic. I think he's going to be able to get inside. I think Ruiz will beat Daniel Dubois. So when I picture it, Dubois has to catch him, which is possible. Dubois has a puncher's chance. I'd say like 70-30. I'd go Oscar Ruiz. I just think if certain things have to play out a certain way for Dubois to win. If Dubois was American, these Yanks would rate him. They think all English fighters are soft for some reason. I don't know, little Jacob. I don't know if you watch our channel, but that
you gotta watch that channel, little Jake.
You can't just generalize based on us talking about Daniel Dubois. We're giving you like legitimate reasons why we think he would lose. Now you can disagree, that's one thing, but to say that if Daniel Dubois was American, we do him like we do Deontay Wilder. Maybe you don't know how we do him either.
I just want to welcome little Jake to the to Boxing Bros, because obviously you never been here, my brother. I'm Trill, that's Cade, and that's G. Our brother Ned is out right now, but welcome.
All right, so we'll move on to the next.
Cashy, what's up, brother? Boxing Bros UK. That's what's up.
Oh, he said he knew. He said he knew, man. It's all good, bro.
It's all love.
All right. And we have Michael Hunter. Daniel Dubois versus Michael Hunter. Trill Dollar Bill. Who'd you pick?
Michael Hunter to walk all around him. Michael Hunter gonna look spectacular. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look like De La Hoya versus Rest in Peace and Terror Gotti, the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? That's what Michael Hunter gonna look like against Du Bois. Michael Hunter stops him. It's incredible. He stops him in incredible fashion. He's gonna be doing the Sugar Ray Leonard and everything. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be horrible. Everybody in the top 10 beats him. I'm sorry.
G.
I agree with Trill, man. I'm sorry, man. I think Michael Hunter will school him, and Michael Hunter's faster. The only thing is, I don't know if Michael Hunter could take a clean shot from Dubois, but I know for a fact Dubois is gonna have a hard time landing punches on Hunter. And so as long as Hunter just keeps it moving like he usually fights, I think Dubois is gonna be frustrated. And it's unless the only way I see it is if Dubois hits him early and that messes up his equilibrium, then I think Dubois could find a way to get him out of there. But I just don't see it, man. Dubois is not slow like Joyce, but he not fast he not fast like AJ, Fury, even Wilder. Dubois just has power, really. You know what I mean? And so as long as Hunter just stays keeps it with angles, he's gonna have a hard time. Because we're talking about Michael Hunter, who he did a decent job with Usyk. He did a decent job with Povetkin. So I like to believe he'll do a better job with a Dubois who's inexperienced.
Yeah, I agree. I think Michael Hunter has been in with better opposition. We saw his performance against Povetkin, and you saw what Povetkin just did to Dillian White. So he's definitely been in with, to me, better opposition in the heavyweight division. And you see Alexander Usyk is now in the heavyweight division, and he's already the mandatory challenger for the WBO title. So you got to give Michael Hunter the edge in that fight due to his speed, the level of opposition he's fought. And I think he has more skills than Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois always has a puncher's chance. I think Daniel Dubois in most fights is always going to be a puncher's chance. But for me, he still has a lot to prove. And the Joe Joyce fight will be the first step in the right direction towards that. But I'd go Michael Hunter. So here's what I'm going to do, because I think it just seems like, I'm going to share the top 10.
Yeah, just keep it up.
Yeah, and I'm going to run through them, and you tell me who you think wins, because Dubois is not really getting any love right now. It doesn't seem like
this is not like a person that we like. Yeah, he gonna beat that dude. Yeah.
All right, so Joseph Parker, Trill.
It only gets harder, man.
Trill, Joseph Parker.
Are we really doing this? Are we doing this?
Stop that at 8, bro. Like
Trill, Joseph Parker. Just give me who wins. Just tell me who wins. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man wins. Spider-Man is going to pick him up and put him in the web, hold him from the top of the arena, and drop him.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with why Trill's calling him Spider-Man, Joseph Parker had to pull out of his fight with Derek Ward Chisora because of a spider bite.
A radioactive spider bite.
Radioactive spider bit Joseph Parker and turned him into a good actor. Because now if you look at his Instagram, this dude, man, he's been acting his tail off. All right,
he's just gonna put his paws on him, man. Joseph Parker's gonna beat on him. It's gonna be embarrassing, yo. It's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be like what Floyd did to Gotti and then stopped him in the 6th round. Rest in peace, Gotti. I'm using a lot of Gotti references, but listen, these guys are gonna beat on this guy. They're gonna beat on him. Parker all day. Shout out to New Zealand and my Samoan homies.
all right, G.
12 rounds. Stop it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got Parker all day, man. Listen, I'm be honest with you. If I was Parker's team, I'll try to set up that fight ASAP, because man, I don't even know why Parker's. I get it. He's fighting that dude that's also from New Zealand. I guess it's gonna be cool in New Zealand, but for the rest of the world, nobody wants to see Parker fight any more no names. We need Parker to at least get somebody, and I think Dubois is reckless enough to want to get in the ring with the top 10. If I was Parker, I'd be begging Frank Warren to set that up. You know what I mean? And get some more names under your belt, man. You know, like you got AJ, you got Dillian. Get you a Dubois, man. Why not? You know what I mean? So I clearly got Joseph Parker.
Hey, man, you guys already stated it, Joseph Parker. There's no need for me to even go into it. Like, to me, if Joseph Parker lose this fight, see, D-Pog, I'm with you. If Joseph Parker lose this fight, I'm going to just label it just what you said. Joseph Parker, to me, the Joseph Parker that I like destroys this guy. Now, if I don't see that from Joseph Parker, then him and Wilder should fight next. All right, Andy Ruiz and Daniel Dubois. Trill dollar bill.
Not even close.
G.
Man, all right. He could win, but I doubt it, you know? So, what I think will happen is Andy might take a mean shot, but he's going to counter that mean shot, and then Dubois is going to be in trouble. And we don't really know. He hasn't been battle tested. And these guys, man, ain't the one to test your chin, to test your torso. Like, these guys crack for real. And so Dubois just, I don't know, man, when it comes to an exchange with a Ruiz just has faster hands. And so for Daniel to win, again, stick and move. He might have to replicate the Anthony Joshua in the rematch. But can he do it? I don't believe he has the stamina to do it. And so Andy going to knock him out in the later rounds.
I don't think he has the foot speed to do it. And that's why I would go with Andy Ruiz. Joshua had to have great foot speed and stamina to move away and jab and stay away from Andy Ruiz. Now, Andy Ruiz is the worst fight for Daniel Dubois, in my opinion, because his chin is on 100,000 trillion. Like, we saw that man get up off the deck and And then not only did the left hook that put him on the ground, but there was a right hand in there. I'm telling you that Joshua landed, and Ruiz took that right hand, and I said, "My Lord, like this, I don't know what kept this guy up." So
that's what I'm saying.
His chin is just a problem. Then his hand speed is a problem, and so I don't know. But Daniel Dubois hasn't showed me that he has good foot speed either.
Yeah, like little Jacob, I see what you're trying to say. That like, because that's one of my my critiques of Ruiz. My man's footwork is just too slow. But I don't even know if that's really gonna be a factor against a Dubois. Let's just be real, man. Like I think the moment Dubois goes in for the kill and Ruiz counters him, Dubois is gonna be like he's not gonna be focused, and that's when Andy's gonna do his most of his damage, you know. And so think about this. Look what Andy did to Joshua, who has like what 20-something plus fights. Again, we're talking about the ball who only got 13 fights against, like, no disrespect to the guys that he was fighting, but they had no business in the ring with Daniel Dubois. So, like, all of this is just speculation. I think a lot of people that are going for Dubois on all of these are just like, oh, because of his size, because of his power. But it's easy to punch a heavy bag because the heavy bag doesn't hit back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ruiz is going to hit back. Parker's going to hit back. Even old man Ortiz is going to hit back. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm being honest, yo. Like, I would love for Dubois to be that dude that you want him to be. But I don't see that right now.
I'm going to say this, though. Ice cream Snickers are really good, man. Those things are addictive. So shout out to Andy Ruiz, man. They really are.
You know, they really are.
Like, yo, you have one, you gotta have another one, and you have another one, and you're like, yo, I just ate like 600 calories right now. Like,
you know me, I like to have forget it. But yeah,
passion. I agree with that statement. You know what I mean? Like he needs. I'm not gonna say switch your trainer, but add new trainers to your camp. Focus on defense. Focus on speed. I think he'll be a lot better. You know.
Oh, Dubois.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to. He's too tight for me, man. He needs to loosen up, straighter punches. You know what I mean?
right. We're gonna do it like this. Tell me, G, and out of the remaining fighters in the top 5, Louise Ortiz, Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Do you think that he could beat any of these guys?
And I'm only saying this, and I don't want people to jump down my throat like, yo, well, how dare you? He might get Dillian White out of there, and that's only because of like the punishment that Dillian's been enduring these past couple of fights. Daniel Dubois does punch hard. And so if Daniel could just land first, I think he could get Dillian out of there. But Dillian is still a smarter fighter, more experienced. So Dubois is going to have a hard time. But I think out of all the guys, he has the best chance against Dillian and Povetkin. And I'm only saying Povetkin due to his age. And so, but again, like Povetkin, all he has to do is just get close. And then, Dubois is going to have a hard time because he's not fighting opposition that's really giving him a challenge. So I can see that. I don't see him beating Wilder either, and Ortiz, he's a southpaw, so I think Dubois is going to have a lot of difficulty with a southpaw as well. It's pointless even bringing up AJ or Tyson Fury against a Dubois right now. So those two possible, and even those two guys, I still favor over as of right now. I think he could pull off a victory against Povetkin and Dillian. He could pull it off, but it's not really like. I wouldn't make a bet on that. I wouldn't bet my house on that. I'll just be like, he won. Okay, that's what's up. But anyone else on this list, I don't think so at all.
Trill Dollar Bill, just for clarification purposes, because I don't know how you feel about this already. Are there any remaining fighters that you think Daniel Dubois can beat in the heavyweight division that are in this top 10, Rank Magazine's top 10?
All right, I give him 2 guys out of here that I think he could. Nah, he can't get nobody. Even the old guy who got 40 years on him. The guy got 40 years on him. Ortiz got 40 years on him. And he'll still wash him. With 40 years on him. Listen, I'm not sold. I'm sorry. Y'all can listen, attack me all you want. But Dubois, he does not have it. Not yet. The boy ain't got it yet. Dillian, listen, he could beat Dillian if he fight Dillian now, because Dillian's still dazed. That's it. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Povetkin, it's too. All these other, don't even mention the guys on the top 4. And I think this the bottom row need to be reversed. You need to put 6 and 7 before 4 and 5. I don't know. And listen, I don't see him beating nobody. I don't see him beating nobody.
Yeah,
listen, when Ortiz after JFK was assassinated, Ortiz was supposed to get his title shot. And it didn't happen. And he's been patiently waiting. You know what I'm saying? Why not beat up on it? I don't see the Dubois winning nothing. The boy ain't winning nothing. He got a lot of things he need to work on. There's a lot of things he need to work on. If anything, we should be talking about the kid Anderson. He looks like he's going to be a nice prospect.
You keep mentioning his name. That's the second time I don't see it. But I'm going to say that I'm not about to big up Anderson. I don't see it in him either.
Hey, Josiah, I don't agree with you, but I will say this. I truly believe the test for Dubois right now will probably be in Brazil. If he could beat Brazil, then I'll entertain these other guys. You know what I mean? Because at least Brazil, he has some of the athleticism. He has the power. So
throw him in there with Brazil. Let's see what he got. Let's throw him in there with Brazil.
Because right now, I don't even know if we could beat Eric Molina, bro. I'm being honest, man. I think Eric Molina might pull off the victory.
That's what I'm saying. Like the top 50.
Wow. Eric Molina, bro.
Yo,
listen, hey.
Yo, Dubois.
I just want to see him fight. I just want to see. Let's see him fight somebody that we know who, you know. Let's have him fight somebody we know.
Damn.
All right.
Wow, they can walk over Brazil. All right.
All right. So here's what I would say. I think that all this shows is that, in my opinion, you guys are underrating Dubois a little bit. I'm not saying like by much, but I will say this. Styles make fights, and there are 3 fighters out of the remaining fighters that I think Daniel Dubois can beat. I think one of them is Alexander Povetkin. Now, I'm not saying that he would beat Alexander Povetkin, but Michael Hunter was able to hurt Alexander Povetkin early, and so was Dillian White. They couldn't finish Povetkin. But I think Daniel Dubois would beat him to the punch early. I think Dubois could hurt him early, and I think Dubois can finish him. So I would have to say, if Dubois fought Alexander Povetkin, I'd pick Daniel Dubois because I think he'd hurt him early, and I think he'd stop him. But again, it'll be very slight. It will be 55-45. It's basically a pick'em fight, and I'm picking Dubois because of youth, power, and I think he has better finishing ability than Dillian White. All right. The second fighter I think that Daniel Dubois can beat on the list is Ortiz. I think just as much questions as we have about about Dubois, we should have about Ortiz, because we've only seen him in the ring with one opponent that was really legit, and we don't even really know how legit that opponent was, and that's Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder was able to knock him out with a straight right hand. Daniel Dubois has a hell of a straight right hand. So to me, Daniel Dubois versus Louise Ortiz, I'll pick Daniel Dubois. And lastly, the other guy I think he would beat on this list is Deontay Wilder. I think Daniel Dubois has the blueprint. He'll put Deontay Wilder on his back foot. And if you go skill for skill, I think that Daniel Dubois has better skills than Deontay Wilder. He has more punches and more variety than Deontay Wilder. And so the question is going to become, can he take a Deontay Wilder right hand? Wilder can win. He could win. Once again, 55-45 pick 'em fight. I pick any power puncher with decent speed and a boxing IQ to beat Deontay Wilder, especially now that the blueprint is out. So I'd pick Dan Dubois against Deontay Wilder, against Alexander Povetkin, and against Louise Ortiz. So that's my thing.
Yeah, somebody.
He ain't beating none of them. No.
Might be right, but that's how I see it.
I'm messing with you, bro. No, I'm messing with you, bro. I just don't see it, man. I gotta see more of the kid. From what I've seen, I'm just not impressed. I seen him getting hit. Actually, any of these guys in the top 10 hit him like this guy was hitting with these clean shots, or maybe he was just doing like Triple G. Oh, I was just letting him hit me to make it look entertaining. I don't know. You know what
I mean?
Listen to these guys in the top 10 hitting him like that. I don't know.
Dubois is not slow, yes, but he's not elite level fast. Like, he's not as fast as Wilder. He's not as fast as Fury. He's not as fast as Joshua. He's not as fast as Dillian. Like, to me,
he ain't as fast as that Povetkin uppercut.
Yeah, he's not as fast as Joseph Parker. Uppercut Povetkin
is probably the fastest in the heavyweight division.
And Ruiz is Ruiz.
But I say Parker because Parker also has fast feet.
Yeah,
so,
he got fast feet, but the fastest hands I think gotta go to him.
I'm trying to think who is he faster than in the top 10?
I think Michael Hunter's faster than. So Dubois, like, if we name in all the fighters faster than Dubois, Wilder, Fury, Joshua, White, Parker, Ruiz, Hunter, Usyk.
Yeah. I was talking about that. Yeah, Malachi. I was talking about that. It's a wrap. He would get hit. If he get hit with anybody, any top 10 guys, he's out.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I just don't see him beating Wilder. Like,
if he he's letting this guy hit him like with clean shots. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't want to make it seem like I hate the kid. I do not hate the kid. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's too soon. You know what I'm saying? It's too soon. He has a lot of things to learn. We let other champions win 42 fights before we put him in there with other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Get this kid some time. Right now, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I feel like we should be talking about FA and him on the same level fighting each other.
Yo, this is crazy. They talking about Iron Mike right now. Y'all say he has Mike Tyson has a better chance than Dubois beating these guys, or y'all just saying flat out Tyson's gonna run through this heavyweight era right now? All the typing stop. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. You know, people get caught up. You gotta go back and watch Mike Tyson's last two fights. Like, you know, it's
let Mike Tyson stay fighting the old guys.
Trill the commission. The commission is coming out.
I wouldn't want to see Dubois and Mike Tyson.
Hey, people on the chat, y'all know YouTube got these community rules now. So if y'all could refrain from profanity, that'd be ideal. Because if you're gonna put it up, I can't share it because we're not trying to get flagged. I'm just saying. All right.
Oh yeah, they'll flag us, especially if we talk about certain fighters. We get flagged. The one fighter we can't talk about now is TC. If we say anything about TC, we get flagged.
Don't say it.
I know this is off topic, but it seems interesting. Question for y'all: the AJ uppercut on Vladimir versus the one Povetkin landed on White. Which one had more juice on it?
Povetkin. 4 billion. 4 billion. You know, where you are in the world? Who asked that question? Wherever you are in the world, if you agree that uppercut was bad, let me get a poor Dillian.
That was the punch from the gods, yo.
That was a punch from the yo. I'm wondering why he can still talk.
Oh man,
Man, listen, poor Dillian. Oh, poor Dillian. I see y'all, poor Dillian. That hurt. It still hurts me.
Yeah, I was crazy.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all feel me? That uppercut was
Yo, because of my man's, yo. I love his comments. He be killing me. Yeah. Oh man, the boxing gods definitely does not like Dillian.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it was it's because of G and Kanan that we had poor Dillian. Because they was the ones that were kept talking about, and then eventually he was like, "Dog, it's poor Dillian. It's poor this guy." They started it. You know what I'm saying? I just gave it a name, poor Dillian.
It was crazy.
Poor Dillian, man. All right, so we're gonna have to move on to the next topic. The boxing gods refuse to save Dillian.
All right, no, man. I thought Dillian was all right, man. They asked how good do I think Dillian is after this uppercut? I took life off of him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Dillian is good. I'm telling you, he got comfortable, bro. He didn't expect. He was expecting a body shot because Povetkin was throwing body shots the whole night. The moment he went to protect himself, he got caught with an uppercut. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows how crafty Povetkin is, man. It happens, yo. But I think in the rematch, Dillian's going to win, to be honest with y'all.
You think that Dillian will be able? We see it before. Guys that get knocked out like that. And then next fight, they get knocked out like that again. I'm talking about that was a knockout when this wasn't like when AJ lost. This ain't like when Lennox was smiling, he got dropped, you know what I'm saying? And he just didn't make the count, but he was up. Dillian was out even after the count.
Yeah, he was gone.
He was gone. I wonder if will be the same. You know what I'm saying? He was knocked out before he hit the ground. We watched him. And he stood there for a while before he went down. We watched him out. He was out.
Yeah. You know what, Trill? You could be right. You know, Trill is the boxing bro commissioner. You know?
Then he hit his head, back of his head on the canvas.
Yeah.
Got 2 shots.
Boxing is like, if he dies, he dies. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Hunter came out and said he thinks he's taking the rematch too soon.
Yeah, I believe so. It's too soon, man. You know me, I'll put him in there next year.
Yeah, and his title shot gone. he just ain't got the time, man. If he's trying to become world champion, man, he gotta do this. So
and he better try to ask somebody to let go of that European heavyweight title. He better go for that because
a European title. Yeah,
he need to go for that because I don't know.
Oh man, y'all killing me, man.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is, in my opinion, and you get your opinion, the best pay-per-view that no one is talking about right now. The best event coming up that no one is talking about. The Charlos are going to headline a pay-per-view card. And to me, this deserves a lot more press and a lot more hype than it's been getting. Jamal Charlo is going to fight Sergey Derevyanchenko, and Jermell Charlo is going to fight Jason Rosario. So that's on September 26th. Jermell Charlo is going for undisputed at 154 pounds, and Sergey Derevyanchenko had a tough fight with Triple G, which many people believe that he was robbed. And so there hasn't been enough press for this fight. So I'm going to start this one off with Trill. What are your thoughts on this card? And you think it's worth the money? And do you feel like it's receiving the amount of press that it deserves?
I think that it's a wonderful card. I think it's a beautiful card that PBC is putting on. I think it's magnificent. I seen the brothers. They did a double header before with both of them on the card. One of them lost. I think it was Jamel, the oldest, by a second, 154. But Parallel champion, he lost. And he ended up coming back and getting Harrison in the rematch. And but both these, I think these are tough fights. You know what I'm saying? His brother's trying to be go against the Revanchenko and put his 160-pound WBC belt on the line. Then you got his other brother trying to be undisputed. You know, he's going against a guy who just beat J-Rock. He's trying to grab those other two belts. I think this is great. I think this is a great card. Here's the thing. You putting on a great card like this, both guys is fighting tough competition. The reason why it's not getting the fanfare is because it's who it is. It's these guys. They haven't did enough in the sport. We know them because we're true boxing fans. If you're true boxing fans, you know them. But they haven't had those key fights with the key big names. And another reason is I heard that they having it in Connecticut. Heard the fight's going to be in Connecticut, and it's not going to be live. I think it needs to be in H-Town where the boys is from. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to my man Ricky in Houston.
Oh, man, that's whack, man. We could have gone to that. If it's in Connecticut.
Yeah, it's definitely is. And it's going to be, I don't know, is it going to be even fans? I don't even know. So maybe that's why it's not getting the fanfare. And I definitely think they're not getting the push here it is because it's who it is. And these guys, we love them, but the main people don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. And it's just with this, everything is crazy right now. Everything is crazy right now. But I truly think that this should have been in Houston outside, and it would have been crazy. It would have been crazy. They would have had everybody there. You know. Shout out to Rap a Lot.
All right, G.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the Rev fight. The Charlo brother. That's the fight I want to see.
Jamal. Ain't he fighting Jamal?
Yeah,
Jamal, yeah.
The first name. So yeah, Jamal. So, but the Rev, man, that dude, he's a problem. And I just hope Jamal try to just go for the power knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
He better activate the boxing skills, because it's gonna be a rough night for him. Because the Rev, he got speed and he got footwork, so it's gonna be a tough time for him, man. So that's why it's like it's gonna be an interesting fight. You know what I mean? But to say, all right, the problem is the two Charlos for one, like they're not getting big fights or they're not taking big fights, and so like for example, like he should fight Demetrius Andre or Canelo. So he has to fight somebody.
A marquee fight.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just be like, oh, I'm the best. Everyone's ducking me. After a while, it gets old. So he just needs that, like somebody that also is up and coming. Like I think that's why like him and Boo Boo would be a good build up. And I think that could force Canelo to say, all right, I'll give you a shot. But as of right now, man, it's just, I don't know. And I like what somebody else said earlier. They were like, yo, PBC. I'm not saying I completely agree, but I do agree to a degree. PBC is having a hard time promoting these guys. And so, like, maybe they need to take their act to the zone. And I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like the zone would do a better job promoting the Charlo brothers than what PBC is currently doing. PBC, I don't know what it is, man. It's like, it seemed like if it ain't Wilder and Spence, even Porter, they give Porter mad love. Even when Porter has no belt, he gets way more love than the Charlo brothers. That doesn't make sense to me. It's like,
hey, he got friends in high places.
Yeah, but you gotta promote it. Like,
he got friends in high places.
He got friends in high places.
He ain't got a couple of decisions.
Nah, even
actually, he got more than a couple. He got a few decisions.
I don't like how they treat Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how they treat Benavidez. Like, you got certified killers under your camp, like under your banner. push these guys, man. Like, show the world, like, at least, if not the world, at the very least, America should be like, yo.
But some of it,
I gotta go see that pay-per-view fight, but they don't do that.
I don't mean to cut you off, G. But you know what? I agree with what you were saying. Everything you were saying, actually. One thing though, I wanted to say is, Rachel, you're wild for that comment. That's crazy. I like that comment, Rachel. That's amazing.
Gene starts it.
And I'm with you, little Jacob. I'm with you on that. I ain't watching these people, you know what I'm saying, unless they fighting somebody else. But here's the thing. I for some odd reason, I think what happens with the younger fighters, right? They get recognition. They start getting a little recognition, and they start thinking that they're bigger than what they are. Especially, I say this all the time. You always demand where you're from, right? And when you're around where you're from, everybody's showing you love, calling you champ, you start thinking that you're bigger and that you deserve more. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes that it was an instance that I think the Charlo brothers, when it was time for them to get fights, they were pricing themselves a little too high, thinking that they deserve more money than what it is. If you want to fight a Canelo, or you want to fight a Daniel Jacobs or somebody like that, these guys are the top guys. You're not going to get the money that they're getting. And these guys think that they deserve the money that they get, and that's why we're not seeing them in there with these other guys. These guys got to be willing, if they believe in themselves, like a Floyd Mayweather who believed in himself. Floyd used to take purses for $25,000 because he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He was building up himself to be great. These guys got to stop building up and take chances. You know what I'm saying? If you think that you're really good and you think you're going to take these chances, fight these guys. If you win, the check will come. The money will come. The money's going to be there. I get it. We see dual history about with money and fighters going broke and all that. I get it. But this is what you want to do. You want the glory, or you're going to sit back and fight nobodies? I don't know. I don't get it. Shout out to Ryan Garcia, though, because Ryan Garcia is taking the test. He's taking these tests, and these guys need to say, forget the money, I'm going to take these tests and go after these triple Gs, go after these Andres and all that. And that's when they will get the fanfare, but they don't understand.
And that's true, too, what Rico's saying. None of them want to lose that O. And that's
exactly
seeing great fights.
Exactly. And there's great fighters who have lost. There's great fighters who have lost. I love Chavez has lost. But Pernell Whitaker has lost. Muhammad Ali has lost. You know what I'm saying? Joe Frazier has lost. Sugar Ray Leonard has lost. Hagler has lost. Tommy Hearns has lost. These are great fighters that I'm talking about. I don't know. These guys just got to be willing. That's what I think. And the Revenchenko fight, G, what do you think? You said the Revenchenko had him in that fight. For some odd reason, I think that Charlo is big for that division. I think Charlo was big when he was at 154. He went to 60. I still think he's big right there. I think he'll be a little bit big for the Revenchenko. Do you think so?
You think? Oh, you saying too big for the Rev? Nah.
Not too big, but I think he's going to be big. He got the longer arm reach. He got the height reach. You know what I'm saying? Man, I think Charlo can really. I think he can campaign at 168.
I guarantee you, he's going to try to go for the knockout, to try to like use that as like a highlight reel, and it's going to backfire, man. Mm-hmm. Unless he goes in there saying, "I will box," that's the only way he's going to win. Because the moment he goes, I'm going to try to knock dude out, this is where it's going to backfire. Because, the Rev's footwork is better than him, And so, like, I don't know. It's weird because, like, the problem with me when I be picking fights is I'm like, all you got to do is this, right? But then Caden does prove this, like, all the time with me. He's like, you want them to do something they're not going to do. You know what I mean? And when they get in that ring, they're going to do what they do. But it's like they have the skill set to win. But are they going to utilize it? And that's what, to me, is like where people have talent, but they fall short in IQ. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like he's going to try to knock him out. And then the Rev is going to just endure for the long haul. And that's how he can pull the upset. You know what I mean? But I want Charlo to win. Don't get me wrong. I want Charlo to win. But I just feel like he's going to just try to go for the knockout from round one on. And he's going to tire himself out. And that's going to be you know, the reversal that everyone's like, oh snap. And then that's when probably my first time predicted something 100. You know what I mean? So at least I'm hoping, you know, but I'll take it. I'm just saying.
I agree with you, Rico. Triple G did lose to Reverenchenko. We all thought that the Reverenchenko won that fight. I guess the judges was eating nachos. They missed a couple rounds. It'd be like that. Them nachos be hot and stuff like that. You be going to get the nachos. You might miss somebody, you know. You might miss them. You know what I'm saying? So you go for the famous name, you know. I know Triple G. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. Yeah, definitely, Lil Jacob. I'm with you. I think that Triple G is on his way out, but I think Triple G won a payday. He's hunting down Canelo. He was outside his house asking for a fight. He won a fight. He won one last payday. He was taking low money fighting all those fights. Now he wants a payday. He want to get his money. It's old now.
All right, so the way I feel about it is when the Charlos were coming up, I was a huge fan, a supporter. I always saw potential in them. I thought they would be running boxing by now. I thought with their skills, the fact that they're twin brothers and they had a story to push, I thought they would be major superstars by now. And when you think about it, they do have that ability. But then their personality started to show more, and I think they have the type of personality that turns people off, and they don't promote themselves in a manner that would lead to them being receiving endorsements and being the type of fighters that people can get behind. I think like they try to be flashy and then they want to talk trash and they make it like it's the world mentality. Yeah, and I think. Yeah, and I think that prevents them from moving forward. Even when they're talking amongst themselves, like Rachel pointed out, like you'll see them fighting and all types of things. And so I think that's part of what holds back their marketability and their ability to generate money and fanfare. But what I do want to do is give them credit for this card. This is a very good card. They're taking on very good fights. Sergey Derevianchenko is dangerous. We saw in Sergey Derevianchenko, for all the people who do this talking, was offered to Demetrius Andrade, and Demetrius Andrade didn't want to fight him. And Demetrius Andrade said, like, why would I fight him? You know, he only has like 12 fights or whatever, and said he was told not to take the fight with him. He didn't want to fight Sergey Derevianchenko. So Triple G fought him. I think he beat Triple G. But now you have Jamal Charlo fighting him, which I think is showing some courage, showing some guts. And I think part of it is, like G said, he wants to knock out Sergey Derevianchenko so he can use that as leverage to say I'm better than Triple G, or like, you know, compare what I did to Sergey Derevianchenko compared to what Triple G did to Sergey Derevianchenko. Then you have Jermell Charlo, and you got to give him credit for this. He's fighting for undisputed, and you got to give him credit for that. And he's fighting a guy who just ran through J-Rock, Julian J-Rock Williams, who beat Jarrett Hurd.
And J-Rock didn't take that rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad Dominican right there. That kid, great.
Yeah. So you got to give credit to these guys, and I think despite what you think of them, this card deserves more pub. People should be talking about it, and if you have the opportunity, you should support it, because I do feel like, you know, this is one time where, despite the attitude and despite what they may do, you can't call it the turd. That's what it is. So I'm gonna show you something. The Charlos have well, I think it's mainly just Jermell Charlo.
Shout out to Rico. Rico, you really do this, man. You're a boxing bro for real. You really do this. I see you, man. This is everything that we'd already talked about when he said Charlo, he didn't want no smoke when Jacob acted like he lost his ball when they met in the hallway.
So I don't know if you can see this, but this is Jamel Charlo. And he has like this YouTube channel, Ringside with the Lions. So hopefully this is promotion for his channel if you check it out. But here's a scene.
He about to get in the booth? Oh no.
He's buying some clothes.
I want the shirt to the pants that I bought. Yeah, this. No, you talking about your name. I bought them from you before. It's always ring up for your name. But this is the shirt that even match you could try on. Oh shit! Bring it up like that. That was a random day. These are the shorts, bro. I need this shirt, but it's not my size. We can only give you what we have. We don't have no more. I'm not your person.
Why you do this thing?
So you pay your beat? There it is there. That's not my size. All right, I'm not mad about that, man. Listen, I want you to listen to me real quick. I'm not mad about that shirt or nothing. Even if that's not that, offer me something else. Last time you was big selling and trying to make me buy some other shit and I bought it. But Arjane, my person, why you acting like that? That's it. That's all. There's nothing else. Bro, you see how you acting? You know what it is. You know what it is. You tripping, bro. We let y'all live. We did.
Well, anyways, he goes on to make like a big scene about it. So do you think that the way he behaves and the way he acts and the emotion that he shows is part of the reason why it's difficult to sell the Charlo brothers? Starts one off with Trill Dollar Bill.
Yeah, I definitely do. Shout out to the Feds. I was just about to tell Caden that, yeah, it's not undisputed because Texaria got the WBO, but it's close enough. He's going to have 3 of all the belts, you know what I'm saying, if he can pull this off. I really believe that he's a talented fighter. He's a talented fighter. And there's another free AB. You know what I'm saying, Rico? You just reminded me. Free AB. He's trying to do a AB, but he's not being funny. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can be it's that right there was a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? You're in who he is in the position that he is. He tends to go a little bit over. That was Jamel, right? That's not Jamal.
Jamel, yeah.
Yeah, Jamal's not like that. He's more humble, Jamel, and that's what I think turns people off. You don't want to. Then you was running around drunk in the Barclays, I think that time, and you was, you know, that I agree with you. That could turn people off. And you're not fighting nobody. Well, not no names. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't fighting no Lauras, you ain't fighting no Andres, you're not doing that. You're not
Yeah, son. Hey, Caden, why don't you press the like button on this channel?
I'll say this. I like the fact that he has a channel, and you know, I like the fact that he's doing his thing, but I didn't like that behavior. And there's also something that he said. I mean, I could show it, but I didn't want to show too much of it. Where he says to the dude, like, you work a 9 to 5. I'm like, I'm my own boss. And I'm like, yo, my man.
Humble yourself.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I think he has talent. I expected him and his brother to be further along in their careers than they are now, but I don't condone that type of behavior. So I guess I'll go in, Gene, and I'll pass it to you since it's kind of the way it was ordered. When I saw that, I thought to myself, man, you're buying a shirt. You know? And to me, it's more about how you want to feel. You want to feel more important than people. You want to feel bigger than people, and you want to put people down. You want to the whole
being threatening.
Yeah,
that was on some bully. On some bully. Excuse me, on some bully stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you become a sucker. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't mean that with all due respect. You know, that's when you become a sucker. Like you're taking advantage of somebody that clearly doesn't want no problems, but you're still trying to present a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Even the guy his posture was a non-threatening.
Yeah. Hands behind his back. He didn't have no problems.
Yeah. you know.
Letting you know he's not a threat, and you still trying to belittle this man, and this is what turns people off to you. You know what I'm saying? But let somebody like one of these real fighters step to y'all, you know, like Daniel Jacobs did with his fly with shirt on.
Nah, I agree. The guy said that they didn't have the shirt in his size, and he's like, "Well, I'm not. Well, try to sell me something else." And it's like, oh, people don't want to see that. And you, in the way you treat people who can't do nothing for you, is a true test of your character. And so when you're treating that man that way, and then it's like, oh well, you work a 9 to 5, and I'm my own boss. Like, you know, he giveth, he taketh away, right? You know, you may be up one moment and down the next moment, and so you can't look down on anyone. And a lot of people work 9 to 5s. What happened, bro?
Nah, this dude just cursed. My bad. Oh man. I'm messing up. You know?
I was like, what's it going? Yeah, but a lot of people work 9 to 5s and make good money. And then like when you stop making your fight money, you know, you might have to get a 9 to 5 one day. You never know. So it's not a good thing to be that way and to act that way. And I just want to know, what was it about that situation that made him feel like he need to big up himself and belittle other people and just make that scene? And we see that a lot with, you know, the Charlo brothers, particularly Jamel. And I think that's something that rubs people the wrong way. And that's why they're not promoted a certain way, because people are like, we don't know what he's going to do. He might get the wrong slushy and then go off. Like, you know.
That's just, yeah, I agree with you, bro. Like, but you know, one thing that I do, so this is an occurring thing with him. This is not just one time that we're seeing this. We're seeing this with him all the time, even when he interacts with his own fans. If he disagrees with his fans, he flies off the handle. You know what I'm saying? I just think I wish somebody would, you know, talk in his ear, say something in his ear, because you don't want to rub the people the wrong way. We had great champions when we was growing up. Do you remember they used to talk their trash, but they still conducted themselves in a manner where they were men and they were still likable? Hagler talked trash. Hearns talked trash. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was mentioning that in the comments. But they were still likable characters. They wasn't attacking their fans. They wasn't attacking people. Mike Tyson was an animal. He wasn't over there choking up Dapper Dan. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Dapper Dan. Oh, you don't have my matches shirt with the pants, the leather matches. Come on. This is crazy.
All right, G, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, when it comes to like trash talking, right? The Charlos, they're just not good at it, man. Some people have the gift of gab, right? Because as long as it's entertaining, you could talk crazy. Like, look at Dillian. Dillian still has fans. He talks crazy. Tony Harrison was talking crazy, but he was funny. It's literally how you deliver it, right? Tyson Fury is another example. When you know the art of trash talking, you can pull it off. But when you come off as just a hater or just strictly just angry, people don't want to hear that, because it's like a dude like Harrison or Tyson Fury or Dillian White, you don't necessarily believe they mean what they're saying. You go, oh, you know what I mean? It's like same thing with Broner. It's like Broner talks a lot of trash, but he's joking. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't really believe he believes what he's saying. And I, like, for example, I remember he was talking about Vlad, right? He was talking. Broner was talking about how him and Paulie actually mad cool. And I was like, but that interaction was mad funny to me, you know? And even though these guys, I feel like both of those guys got disrespectful, it was still delivered in a good way. So it's like you could kind of laugh and you understand, like, all right, this is how you sell fights. Yo, you're talking about a shirt, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to me, you put that on your own channel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think that's cool?
In what world you thought that was actually good promotion for you? To me, it's kind of like, this is foolish. And so, like, I kind of have to agree with people in the comments that are saying, like, yo, these dudes are divas, you know, like, and it seems like this is the PBC formula, like, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, But these guys are like, hey, if I don't do the big fights, I might as well just cause a lot of commotion. This is the social media era for boxing. Like, talk all this rah-rah stuff outside of boxing, and hopefully that will promote your career. And that's the problem. Just take the big fights, man. Just even if you lose, people respect you because you took the big fights. Exactly. The reason why and this is another thing. Somebody put, what was it, Brona? Hold on, what did they say? Brona is funny with the BS, but Charlo sucks. The fun out of everything. Exactly. And the problem, and this is the thing about Brona. Reason why we respect him, he talks trash, but he takes the big fights.
He fight everybody.
As soon as you take the big fights,
big fight after big fight.
We'll forgive a lot of things, man. Like listen, we were pretty judgmental of what's her name, Clarissa. And I'm pretty sure all four of us, you know what I mean? Like, all four, like, we understand, like, hey, she's growing. One of the Charlo's gonna grow and mature. Like, promoting that, like, yo,
we didn't say anything about Carissa. Trill said it all about Carissa.
I miss you.
How the commission getting banned on Twitter? You know what I'm saying?
That's why Clarissa had to block Trill because he was running his mouth.
Like,
sorry.
It's just
I'm sorry.
This is how you do it. If you know you're not good at trash talking, then fall back. Even they homie Earl Spence is actually pretty entertaining when it comes to trash talking trash. He's low-key funny, you know, and it's like it's just a pain threshold that everyone could endure with a person talking trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain people, I was like, yo, you just sound like you a hater. So you shouldn't be making jokes because it sounds bad. But other person, they're like, yeah, that was funny, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Hey, he just got it, man. He literally sounds like, and somebody said that too. Like he's I read it earlier. I forgot who said it, but like, it sounds like he's going through roid rage. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like he just angry for no reason. He getting on Instagram Live going in on Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? He's doing too much. It's like, yo, fam, life's too short.
Listen, we'll forgive, like G said. We will forgive.
Just relax. You know what I'm saying?
Like Brona does a lot, but once he get in the ring, and even if he loses, people forget because it's funny, it's humor. The things that you're doing, Charles, it's not funny. Like the brother comment before, like, you know, he takes the fun out of everything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Talk trash. I love to talk trash. I'm with it. Like, we can be racing cars. I'll be like, yo, I'm the best Daytona 500 car racer. None of y'all can see me, and y'all mad because I'm the best to ever did it. And I've never drove a race car ever before in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it just because that's just me.
That's
There's good nature, and then there's competitive banter, and then there's going to be on. But I think what's important here is not necessarily what you say to the fighters, but like I said, you judge someone's character by how they treat people who can't do anything for them. And then you have a scenario here where he's talking to someone who works in the store, and the guy said, we don't have the shirt, we don't have your size. And now he's talking trash to this guy. He's trying to intimidate this guy. And when we talk about Brona, I haven't seen, you know, Brona has his own issues, so I'm not going to try to make Brona seem like he's like this great guy or whatever, but I've never really seen him get into it with people. Like, he's hit some people, but it's like someone he has an issue with. But he'll go to Walmart and pay for people's groceries, right? And he'll take a Lyft somewhere or Uber and give the person driving him $100. Like, he does stuff like that.
Is in the every kid that was in the boxing gym where they went to, where all of them sneakers and stuff like that.
There's stuff like that. And Tyson Fury talks trash to Deontay Wilder. I haven't seen like Tyson Fury going to get breakfast and they're not having, you know, the pancakes he wanted, so he flips out. Right? No, we've never seen him you don't mistreat people who help you, work with you. And then I think it was P or D Pog who said this. Most of the people who pay to see them fight work 9 to 5s. So what you don't realize is when you're disrespecting that man for working a 9 to 5 in the store, people who buy fights are looking at you like, oh, I won't spend a dime on my money with him. majority of the people that live on this planet work 9 to 5s. How can you disrespect someone for working a 9 to 5? And that's what you guys don't realize. You want to be a boss. You want to be this. You want to be that. I guarantee you Tyson Fury wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Joshua wouldn't do it. Canelo wouldn't do it. Floyd Mayweather said he was flashy, all the stuff. He always said he was his own boss. We never disrespected people for having a job because you can't buy his fight unless you have a job.
Exactly.
Like, so I think for me, this is about giving them credit for making a good fight, putting on a good fight, and a pay-per-view I'm going to buy, but also you got to change, man. Like, even Dillian White's trash talk is better. Like, you know.
Look, he said, Mayorga, I agree. Mayorga was a savage, but he didn't mess with the common folk. He was straight towards the fighter.
And that was
energy was towards the fighter.
That was entertaining what Mayorga was doing. Wilder,
even when he slapped homegirl, Shane's girl on the butt.
Hey man, but I'll say this: Wilder's trash talking. Wilder is just not funny. Like it was bad. To me, watching Wilder go up against Tyson Fury in them exchanges was horrible. Like I was like, damn, mate, bro, you better off just putting on the good guy act. You know what I mean? Like it's just certain people they got it, some people just don't, man. If you ain't got the gift of gab, it's all right, you know. But if you're gonna do it, just do it right. And if you ain't gonna do it right, just knock dudes out. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you as long as you get in the ring with some tough opposition and you knocking dudes out. The moment you're not doing that, you better come correct with your trash talking. Because now
if I was trash talking, that'd be a charge. He'd be like, you'll catch a charge with one of his threats.
Like, yeah, it's bad. You know when like you support somebody, you try to, you know, you're like, nah.
All right, fellas, I'm looking at the time, man. The problem with doing this live is we just lose time. I'm like, oh man, I didn't even know it was this.
Let's go to the next one.
We got two more. We got two more.
We're so crazy about the boxing bros in the comments section are rocking with us. They ain't even mentioned the time one time, and I see all of y'all saying smash the like button. I appreciate y'all. We don't have to see it. We just love kicking it with y'all.
Yeah, but if y'all could all hit that like button so more people could view us, man, that'd be much appreciated for real.
I will say this: we don't really talk about it much because we never really. It's not about that for us. But when we did see that 8K, though, it was like, wow, from the ground to here. And for those who don't know, like we never paid to promote a video. Like you see us, we're not pushing merch, we're not pushing anything. We never push anything. We just get on and then. And so, like, the support is crazy. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Hold on. Merch is coming soon, people. I promise you. I see y'all comments. We working.
It's coming, but what we're saying is like
working on it.
This isn't what we do it for. It's not like the motivation. And mainly just being in the chat is enough for us. If you like us enough to
I respect you, Jordan. I see you. I know the likes help. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying thank you to you guys for saying it. We never mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? We just love kicking it with you guys.
Yeah. What we're saying is we know the likes helping everything, but even just being here rocking with us, you know, we appreciate that too. So
and definitely the merch and all that stuff is coming. And I see people saying, oh, they want to donate. This is how we're going to do it. We don't want you just donating to us just on the strip of donating. We want to make sure we have something to give y'all. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just giving us money for nothing. We're not in it for that. We love boxing. We just brothers who love boxing. And you know, and we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. This is from nothing. We started with us. We was the 30 subscribers. You know,
we had that.
We were 4 subscribers. And now look, we got 8,000 more boxing bros. You know what I'm saying? So this is dope. This is dope. We appreciate y'all.
Yo, why don't you like Charlo's page and they'll consider it? You know what I'm saying?
That?
Yo. That was Michael Buffer.
I subscribed to that page. I subscribed to Charlo's channel.
Yeah, but they want to see you like it, yo. They want to see.
Yo, I'll like another video. Of him.
Graham Tyler. I see you.
Yeah, there's a video of him where he
I see you.
House. I like that video.
All right, man. All right, yo, let's.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Pulling it up. All right, so the next topic is Top Rank offered Kell Brook $2 million to fight Terrence Crawford. So remember, the original offer was $1.5 million. Kell Brook rejected the offer, but Gary Russell Jr. accepted it. So they offered him $2 million. Now, there's a part of this article that I'm looking for. Here it is right here. It looks like Brook is trading a loss for money by potentially signing to fight at 147 because he's not going to be 100% at that weight. What Brook should say is, I'll fight Crawford for $2 million, but only if you come up to 154 to face me. If not, I want $4 million to fight at 147 because I'll only be at 70% if I drop down to welterweight. That sounds reasonable. For Brook to fight at less than 100% at 147, he should get money that Amir Khan received to fight Terrence Crawford. And so those are statements that were made. What do you think of that? You think, let me stop sharing this. You think he should take $2 million if the fight's at 154, or but demand $4 million if the fight's at 147, or do you think he should just take the $2 million and fight at 147? Kell Brook, Trill Dollar Bill, what do you think?
I just want to see TC in the fight. You know what I'm saying? With another guy who is going to fight and put up a good fight. Kell Brook, if they fight in the UK, I think Kell Brook should get $4 million no matter what, whether it's 54 or 47. But he's willing to take $2 million. Why not make the fight happen? TC, make the fight happen. You got to make the fight happen right now. And I think TC is going to make the fight happen. I think that fight is definitely going to take place, and I heard it's in November. November 24th.
November 14th, what I saw.
November 14th, yeah. Yeah, I think the fight should happen. I have no problems. I have no beef. If he's cool with it, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? If Kell Brook is cool with it, I'm cool with it. I just think that fight needs to happen. Because, like G-Man said, Kell need to take the money because Bud needs to fight, and I really think he does. He needs to fight. I totally agree with that. And then even after that fight, there's still money. Look, there's still money for Kell Brook even after this fight, because that's just money in the bank. That Brook versus Khan fight, that's money in the bank in the UK. You can cash that check whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? But Kell Brook versus TC now, I think Kell Brook, please take the money. You know what I'm saying? And even though I think you deserve more, I think
you're saying take the $2 million and fight at 147.
No, I think
take the $2 million fight at 154.
54, yeah.
So yeah. What if TC is refusing to go to 154? Should he still fight at 147 for the $2 million?
Nah, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not.
You said for the $2 million or for the $4 million? For
two. I believe that Kell Brook is worth $4 million. I believe he's worth $4 million to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that he deserves more than a Crawford. I think he's a bigger star than a Crawford. That's just me. Because I'm going off of crowds and fights, big fights and crowds and things I've seen. I haven't seen, even though Kell Brook lost in that Triple G fight, I haven't seen Terrence Crawford in a fight with a fight atmosphere like that. You know what I'm saying? So if he's willing to take the $2 million, fine. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he should be getting the lion's share of the money either way. Either way, Kell Brook should be getting the lion's share of the money. Maybe I'm bugging, but I really do. I just think Kell Brook is the biggest star. I think this fight should be in the UK, honestly.
All right, G.
Crawford needs it. He needs it.
I'm gonna say this. I see what you're saying, Trill, but I mean, Crawford definitely needs it. But if I was Kel, I'll do the $2 million to fight at 154. And the reason why is Kell Brook's not gonna make weight at 147. You know, like I kind of like Kell Brook kind of reminds me of Earl Spence, right? He's a big 147 dudes. Like they 5'9". So it's like for them to lose that type of weight, they need time. If this fight's gonna be in November, that means Kell gotta put in a lot of work starting today. I don't think he's gonna make the cut, you know, and so just take the $2 million, and on top of that, whatchamacallit, TC doesn't fight at 154. He fights at 147. So this may be an advantage for Kell Brook, you know, because it's not like he's gonna really put on a lot of like muscle for this. It's mostly just gonna be fat and water, you know what I mean, for TC. So Kell's gonna be more nourished. He's gonna be fuller, you know. This is more around his walking weight than say a 147. So he has a better advantage than a TC. So why not take the $2 million to fight at 154 than to go back and forth with constant negotiations for 147? You know, I think if Kell Brook goes down to 147, he's going to lose because I think he's going to be fatigued. It's just I don't think he has that power, that drive to get down to 147 anymore. And if he does, it's going to show come fight night. So just take the $2 million for the 154, and hopefully you have a better chance of beating TC. And if he does that, then that puts Kell Brook back up there, you know. And so, yeah, man, just do that.
All right, so just for clarification purposes, there was a $2 million offer sent to TC, which is $500,000 more than the original offer. To Kell Brook, not TC, to Kell Brook. What is being suggested is that Kell Brook say he would agree to fight Terrence Crawford for $2 million, but only if the fight takes place at 154 pounds. Because he has to go down to 147. And if you remember, he was a big welterweight even back when he fought Spence. And because he was a big welterweight, that's why everyone was like, oh, he's going to move up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G because of his size. And so now they're talking about him having to basically go back down to 147 when he was already fighting at 154. So do I think he should take the $2 million to fight at 147? No, I think he should reject that offer and ask for more money. Now, of course, we are in the middle of a global pandemic, so there can't be crowds. You have to factor that in. And so everyone's taking less money. Also, to make a point, Crawford hasn't accepted his end of the contract and the money that was offered to him. I do feel like Trill said it's true. Kell Brook's the bigger star to me. He's been in the bigger fights. He should be the A side. He should make the most money. Now, Crawford has the belt, but as we already know, the belts don't generate money. Just because you hold a title doesn't mean people are paying to see you, i.e. Deontay Wilder. So doesn't mean anything. Now, Kell Brook, I would say, if he's going to fight at 154, take $2 million. Because now you have a chance to beat a guy who's on the pound for pound list at your best, and you don't make as much money. But if they want you to drain yourself to go back to 147, you should be fully compensated for that. So, I mean, I say don't settle for anything less than 2.5, the least is what I would say to Kell Brook.
I'm with LaFresh, man. They probably fight probably ain't going to happen. And they probably going to throw TC in there with Josito Lopez.
But to me, how can people keep letting Terrence Crawford get away with this?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, seriously, how can you keep letting him get away with this? This is once the guy y'all said everyone was running from, and now people are trying to make fights with him, and it's not happening, and no one blames TC. But y'all were ready to get Danny Garcia, ready to get Earl Spence, ready to get everyone else. But Terrence Crawford somehow gets a pass. This only happens with Bob Arum fighters. Bob Arum fighters get the biggest passes for not fighting anyone. You know what? He may really be a genius because this guy, his fighters are always ranked the best pound for pound, never fought the best competition, and they don't have to fight the best competition. See, Roman Chocolate Tito Gonzalez as an example. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand it.
But there is a problem of Roman Chocolate. Yeah, that's just you fight back to back to back. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Kaden, man. Winners T6. Nobody's ever gonna. It's like he has the cheat code or something. Nobody ever mentions anything. He fought Benavidez, who just got shot. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's a great victory." His brother's still walking around with shot metal in his arm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
one leg that fight.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even with the Gamboa fight, you know what I'm saying? TC needs a signature win bad. He needs a signature win bad, and I don't think that he should.
That's an excellent point. People criticize Canelo, but at the same time praise Crawford.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just an oxymoron.
The knockout of Amir Khan is somehow better than Canelo's. Canelo did it first, and Danny did it before him. The thing with Crawford is
he knocked him out. He knocked him out.
To be fair, yeah. He get shot in his knee. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, boxers need their legs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know Crawford got shot, but Benavidez will still be affected by his shot, like the bullet wound. Benavidez hasn't fought again since that Crawford fight, right?
And Crawford got shot years ago at that dice game. You know what I'm saying? Crawford got grazed by a bullet years ago at that dice game. What up, Paul? I see you.
What you say, G?
Now I'm saying, then he gets shot by it was like a shotgun. So it was like a shotgun, like pellets all over his leg or something crazy. Like, and that's why
the bullet wound that Benavidez suffered was worse than what Terrence suffered.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's
I'm was in the car, it grazed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, the Heaver.
Yeah.
That's our guy. That's the one who did the picture you see in the logo. Shout out to Paul Van de Heaver.
Yeah, you gotta pay him if you're gonna go to 147. You gotta pay that man.
Yeah, it ain't. I think if he goes to 147, he gonna lose, man. So,
and he's the biggest star too. Like, so he should be talking like he the A side. And that fight can sell. In that fight can sell. I see somebody in the comment also mentioned it too. Like, you put that fight and the co-main be Ryan and Campbell.
Yo, is this even real, yo? Dillian got shot twice, ear stabbed 3 times.
It's true.
Word. Oh.
There's a Sun article out talking about like his life and the things he's went through. He's been a dad since he's 13. Yeah, it's
Damn. Go ahead, Dylan. That'll be a great fight. What do y'all think of that? I think that can sell crazy with Terrence Crawford versus Cal Brook, and then the fight before that will be Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell on the same card.
Oh, on the same card. Oh yeah, I'm about to say.
I think that would be a crazy card. I think that would do numbers.
But that Luke, who promotes Ryan Garcia is with Oscar De La Hoya. Luke Campbell's with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah,
so you have
so
I don't.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I'm not gonna do that.
And then Cal Brooks with Eddie. The only person that got to do something is Bob.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What kind of split is Bob going to take? Because Eddie's going to be like, "Yo, I'm carrying this whole card." Like, I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, listen. I think.
And then Oscar, you got 3 promoters in there. Like, I don't know.
But Ryan's already got a situation with the zone. You know what I'm saying?
Still 3 promoters that you still got to split that check.
He is, with Top Rank, so that ESPN ain't gonna give that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, ESPN ain't giving that up, bro. So
ESPN wants that fight on their platform.
You said too ballroom is too tight.
Yeah, y'all want to finish up? Y'all want to go to the last?
Yeah, let's go, and let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
The last topic has become one of my favorites.
Let you rock on that one. Let you rock out on that one.
I don't need to rock out. Everybody can do their thing. I rock out if the mood strikes. If I feel it, if I don't feel it, but I might feel it. So all right, Let's
Man, Kyle Brook got attacked by a machete. Everybody's telling everybody's story over here.
I got a war story apparently.
everybody say the war stories now, right?
Well, I remember one day I was running.
All right, y'all ready? Check it out.
Now you got people saying, what Devin Haney saying, that
Yeah, can you put it up?
No, that's just loud as it goes.
all right to myself. It's not my fault that these people don't know their worth. But since you playing with me, Shorty, tell Eddie to send me the contract for 1.5. Tell him to call out, and I'm gonna beat your ass. Got nothing else to talk about. Send the contract over for the 1.5. I'll fight you for it. Make it happen. I interrupted my last video. I had to go handle some stuff with the baby. But like I was saying, man, the stuff with Terrence, it was personal. It was personal, so I was definitely willing, to take that fight for that number. With Devin Haney, that was business. You know what I'm saying? Now you saying I'm trying to duck. He's saying I'm trying to duck him. Stop playing, Shorty. Since you playing with me, tell motherfucking Eddie. Tell Eddie to send the contract over. You know what I'm saying? I already spoke to Al. Al said, you know what I'm saying? Well, girl, you I mean, we have a good business relationship, but you can fight wherever you want. If these guys are serious about it, tell them to send you a contract. So send me the contract. I'll fight you for the 1.5. I'm going to beat your little ass, Shorty. I'm going to beat your ass. I hope it's worth it.
So that's I'm gonna show that video. So basically, Gary Russell Jr. saying that he will take 1.5 to fight Devin Haney. He said Al Heyman already said it's okay if he goes over to the zone for this fight to fight Devin Haney. He told him send him a contract and he's gonna beat his little behind. So, G, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I love it. Now, this is what I wanted to see because I felt like Gary Russell versus TC would be too one-sided in TC's favor. But with this fight, although Devin Haney is a taller fighter, Gary has the experience. So then now we get to see, like, hey, Devin, this is your step-up fight right here. Just like Ryan Garcia stepping up, now you get to step up. And let's just see, like, can you hold up, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight, man. And the fact that's 1.5, I don't even know if Devin is worth that type of money as of right now. But I could see maybe Eddie's like, yo, this is a long-term investment because once you get somebody under your resume, then it's like, yo, we could push you a bit further in the boxing world. So salute to Eddie, man, for actually investing in Devin Haney to make this happen. I'm shocked that they're gonna feed Gary Russell this type of check, but yeah, man, this is gonna be good.
Trill Dog Bill.
Like I said, Gary just want to fight. Stimulus check didn't come through. It don't matter who it is. He gonna call it out Wilder next. Anybody can get it. Gary don't care. Devin ain't taking that fight. Y'all crazy. If y'all think Devin taking that fight, y'all crazy.
Why do you think Devin won't take the fight?
This is why I said Devin won't take the fight, because he has a smart team around him. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those cases where Devin was trolling. Devin was putting his he was bored. He on the internet. These kids with the phones and stuff. They always on the phone. You can never talk to him. I never know when my son's paying attention to me. You know why? He's always on the dang phone. You know what I'm saying? He's always on the phone playing. And that's what these kids is doing. And Devin Haney, his trolling got the attention of Gary Russell. And Gary Russell's like, well, you're sweet. And like G said, Devin may not even be worth for $1.5 million. He might have to sign Gary to a 2-fight contract so he can make that $1.5 million. He was like, to fight Devin, I give you $200K. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin ain't bringing out no crowds. And then another thing is I just sent to the group, Gary even talking about Tank. Gary don't care who it is. Line them up, Gary want them. He don't care. Line them up, Gary want them. Gary need that money. Stop playing with Gary's money. You know he got bills. Playing with Gary's money. I was just telling the brothers how I had an incident at the ATM machine. It was horrible. Stop playing with people's money. Get Gary some money. He'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gary. And he did call out Tank. I seen that. He did call out Tank. I just sent the video to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? He called out Tank too. He wants all of them. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Rico. He just won't fight. He's a fighter. You got to respect him. Now I know why Caden was going so hard for him. Because you love fighters. You love fighters that if you're going to say so, he won't fight. He's a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a fighter. You mention his name or whatever, he won't fight.
The U.S. Frank Warren.
And he's gonna make you. If you don't fight Gary Russell, you look like the sucker because he puts it on in your court.
Yeah, I think. Devin Haney said he'd fight Gary Russell and he'd beat Gary Russell, and so Gary Russell just accepted and said send him the offer.
Yeah,
in that video, he goes on to say like the champ usually sends the offer, so why would he have his team send the offer? And in that video, he says that Al Heyman gave him the green light to go fight Devin Haney on the zone. So, like, what more do you need? I don't know if Devin Haney has a fight signed, but I can say this. The only person who beat Gary Russell was Vasily Lomachenko. And two judges had it 116, 112, and one judge had it 114, 114. So it was a close fight. I watched it. I thought it was a close fight, but I thought Vasily Lomachenko won the fight clearly and decisively. So the right person won, but Gary's been trying to get a rematch, can't get the rematch. Gary's been chasing down Terrence Crawford, can't get Terrence Crawford. Devin Haney jumped in to a situation saying that he beat Gary Russell. Gary Russell saying, all right, let's do it. He said for 1.5. Now, we're talking about the zone here. G pointed this out. They spend $1.5 million on worse things than a fight between Devin Haney and Gary Russell Jr. They've spent 1.5 on worse things. Trust me. And if you really want to build up Devin Haney and you really want to put him in a ballpark with Vasily Lomachenko, it would be nice for him to get a victory over Gary Russell Jr. But for me, Gary Russell, I think he has arguably the fastest hands in boxing. He's talented. He's no bum. So, like, when people laugh at Gary, this dude is really a great fighter. And he's not. He didn't just come out of nowhere. He's been a great fighter since he was an amateur. And now as a professional, he has one defeat to someone who's arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter. So, like, let's not write him off and make it seem like he's some bum. All he wants.
Real Joseph Diaz just beat Farmer, right? And became champion. And Diaz.
Oh,
Joseph
yeah.
He just beat Farmer, right?
Yep.
Who you think gave him his first L? Gary Russell.
So exactly. So like to sit there and act like Gary Russell's some bum, like I said, you probably go watch him fight. Like, don't sit there and make it seem like this dude is like some helpless guy who's just picking up a video and recording. Nah. Yeah, make the fight. Make the fight. If you're willing to fight and he's willing to fight, this is a great fight. We got Garcia Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Great fight.
Great fight.
Hank Leo Santa Cruz. Great fight. Let's have Haney, Gary Russell Jr., the little guys stepping it up for boxing. That'll be dope.
Remember good fight. Lopez. And Lomachenko's about to go there.
Oh, how could I forget that? Teofimo. So all of them got big fights.
They all got big fights.
All of them got big fights coming up.
Everybody's stepping.
And Devin trying to fight, what's his name? Gamboa. He trying to fight Gamboa. Gamboa's shoes still messed up, and you trying to fight Gamboa. Go ahead and give Gary some smoke. And let give time so that
somebody give Gary a good fight. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
My man Gary's trying to get a fight. I still ain't letting TC off the hook. If you don't fight Terrell and you don't fight Thurman, Gary's available, bro. Gary's available.
For real. Gary's tired of fighting once a year. He got to fight once a year because it's mandatories. All he fights is his mandatories once a year. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants it with Gary. He's sick of that.
Gary turned into 50 Cent. He got nothing better to do, so he got to sit around.
He needs that. Poor Gary. If Gary don't get a fight with these guys, poor Gary. That's the next shirt I'm wearing. Poor Gary. You know what I'm saying? Because he need a fight. Fight somebody. Shoot.
Yeah.
He can't even fight in his weight class. So I'm not even mad at him. None of those guys want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him against Josh Warrington. None of these guys want to fight him.
All right, so that's the last topic we have. I don't know if y'all want to look at some comments and then close it out.
Shout out to y'all. Once again, I just want to thank y'all, man, for rocking with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was dope.
That's it. We just kicking it just like it's us.
All right, well, I'll say thanks for tuning in to our first live show where we actually ran through the topics and did everything. Go in our comment section. Like, the comments during our live stream doesn't always show. So if you can go in the comment section, let us know what you thought of our first live show, interacting with you during the show, and give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. We appreciate it. Trill, you can take us home, brother.
Thank you for rocking with us. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm Trill Dollar Bill. That's my brother Kaden. That's my brother G. Ned's not here, but we miss him and we salute him. This is the Boxing Bros, and we out.
Mm-hmm.